Hi folks, Fred from Montgomery's Garden here, and I'm with my buddy Pete. And Pete says it's time to harvest the dill. Now's a good time to harvest the dill because the cucumbers aren't quite ready yet, and we're not going to be using any of these dill heads. And we got a lot of this beautiful growth right here that we can freeze and dehydrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start harvesting this, and I'm going to take these down pretty low here. Just make sure that there's some new growth down low before you start hacking away, which I've got plenty of shoots growing out. So I'm just going to take this piece and cut this, and we're going to strip all these beautiful ferns off. They are wonderful. Okay, I'm going to get to work and cut these down, and by the time the cucumbers are ready to be harvested for pickles, the dill heads will be back and ready to be cut. Well, that looks better. Wow, I think this will be enough to hold us for the year. And then Trixie will show you how to strip the ferns.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you how to strip these. All I'm going to do is grab from this stem, and I'm just going to hold that stem and strip forward. And that'll give you the ferns in your hand. Sometimes you'll get some tougher branch in between, but that's okay. You can strip them back further, or those are the ones that'll go into the dehydrator, and then you'll just pick out all those little hard bits, and you'll have these small ones that you could put into a food processor to chop them up a little. But some of these, just like this, I'm going to wash them. Everything will get washed once I'm done collecting them. Here, I'll continue to do a few more. You just hold the bottom and pull forward, and you just keep doing that. Some will come off better than others, and it really doesn't matter because you could pull out those stemmier parts that aren't desirable for an herb. But see, that's what you'll have. These bottoms don't matter. They taste fine. But you're going to wash all this first, and then I'll show you how we freeze them when they go into the freezer, how I package them. I actually package them wet, and they do perfect in tin foil. I'll show you the packaging. And then we put them in the dehydrator, and we just pull out the thicker stems. So that's it. Just strip away. It's going to be an hour of stripping now. Later. Well, all our dill is washed, and we're ready to start processing. One of the ways I was telling you we process is to freeze. And what I find the best is to freeze it in tin foil. So what I do is I take these aluminum already cut to size sheets. I find them great. They're very inexpensive. And I'm just going to take a handful of the dill, and I'm just going to place it in the middle. How much I think I'm going to need for soup or salads, that's about right. So I'm just going to fold this over into a third, fold it over into another third, and really press it tight. And we're just going to make a beautiful little bundle, just like that. Now I'm going to continue making these. They're nice and flat. I'm going to continue making these, and they're going to go into a gallon Ziploc, and I would just mark it dill and the year, and these will go in the freezer anytime you want to make soups or salads. They chop up easily when they're frozen. Here's one from last year. Hopefully it's still frozen. I had to sit it in there a little bit, but I will show you how beautifully green. See how green that is? Now if I take this, oh, nope, see, it defrosted quickly. But anyway, that's how fast. If it's frozen still, I left it out unfortunately, and we're cooking baking pie. But this is just as good, it tastes just as fresh as fresh, right from the garden. There's no difference. You add that to your soup, you add that to your salads, it's wonderful. So that's one way of doing it. The other is dehydrating, and I'll just put up a picture. We're going to probably do 125 degrees, maybe for, they don't take that long. I'm just going to put it on like maybe 5 hours. Should do it. I'll check it. Or I'll put it 6 hours. It can't hurt it. It'll just be drier. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue making enough packets. I want about 24 to 30 for the freezer. And the rest will become dried herb. So, see you later.
Don't forget to save seeds for next year. Thank you for watching Montgomery's Garden.